Good evening, everybody. How are you all? First of all, I want you to know that I realise how important my role is as chairperson of the nominating committee. Friends of the Library depends entirely on the reliability of a few members, and I've long been such a member. That's why it particularly grieves me to say I do not have our new slate of officers completed for you this evening. Yes, Deborah, I know we have a deadline looming, but please hear me out. I think you'll agree there are extenuating circumstances. You see, a squirrel climbed down my chimney today. Yes, a squirrel broke into my house. Well, I was in the den, about to begin our list, when I heard this crash. I immediately dashed into the living room, and the first thing I noticed was the glass fireplace door slightly ajar. Then I turned and realised there was this squirrel frozen in the exact centre of my oriental rug. Our eyes met, and it took off out to the hall, through the dining room, across the kitchen, and into my den. What did I do, Sylvia? What could I do? I followed it cautiously and found it on top of my file cabinet, sitting up on its haunches, a glitter of panic in its dark little eyes. And before I could even think what to do, it began flinging itself against the closed window again and again and again, desperate to get out. And then it gave up in exhaustion, I suppose, and fell down between the cabinet and the wall. Poor little creature, Marilyn. What about me? I could have been bitten. It could have been diseased. No, it didn't bite me, didn't do anything, didn't even budge. It's dead, I thought. It's had a heart attack and died? What do you mean, so why didn't I go on working, John? How on earth could I work with a dead squirrel in my den? And anyway, it wasn't really dead, no. Well, at that point, I just closed the door and waited for my husband to come home. Then I had him carefully open the door and move the file cabinet away from the wall. 1, 2, 3. But there was no corpse back there. How is this possible, I thought? Where can it have gone? Then I heard it. This nasty chattering on the desk behind my computer screen. All right, Sophia, to make a long story short, my husband opened the window and pried out the screen. While I got a broom, I began banging on the desk with a handle. Given a choice between all that noise and fresh air, the squirrel took off at last. Yes, it was a happy ending, Celeste, for the squirrel, but not, I'm afraid, for our slate of officers. So you will all accept my apologies, won't you?